There's a psychological trigger so powerful that when you activate it, people literally say yes before they even ask questions. They reach for their wallets faster than their logic can catch up. Fortune 500 companies use it. Every successful salesperson knows it. And in the next minutes, you'll master it too. But here's what's crazy. 97% of people trying to make money online completely ignore this trigger. They focus on features, processes, and logic. While the 3% who understand this psychology are quietly banking millions. I'm about to show you exactly how the human brain makes buying decisions, why most people get it backwards, and the 3-word framework that will change how you think about money forever. Look, I used to think making money was about having the best product, the most features, the perfect pitch. I was that guy listing every single benefit, explaining every detail, wondering why nobody was buying. Then I discovered something that neuroscientists have known for decades, but most entrepreneurs never learn. The brain doesn't buy logically, it buys emotionally, then justifies with logic later. And there are only 3 emotional triggers that actually open wallets. Master these, and money flows. Ignore them, and you'll stay broke forever. What I'm about to share isn't some guru nonsense. This is behavioral psychology that's been proven in thousands of studies. The ancient Romans knew it. That's why they said, necessity is the mother of invention. But modern science has refined it into a precise framework. Here's the framework. Every single purchase falls into one of 3 categories: pain, Colorado, convenience, or status. That's it. 3 words that control trillions of dollars in spending. But here's where 97% of people mess up. They think all 3 are equal. They're not. Let me show you the psychology behind each one. Pain purchases happen when someone has a problem so urgent, so uncomfortable, that their brain goes into survival mode. When you're in pain, you don't negotiate. You don't comparison shop. You just want it fixed now. This is where fortunes are made. Convenience purchases are the danger zone. This is when people think, yeah, that would be nice to have. If the price is right, you become a commodity, a race to the bottom, the first to get fired when budgets tighten. Status purchases only work when you're already established. Apple can charge $1,000 for a phone because of status. You can't. Not yet. Now pay attention, because what I'm about to reveal next is where 99% of people completely destroy their chances of making money, even when they understand these triggers perfectly. But wait, before I show you how to use these triggers to print money, you need to understand the fatal mistake that kills 99% of offers before they even start. This one realization separates the broke from the rich. You sell the process instead of the outcome. Think about airlines. They never mention the crying babies, the terrible food, the cramped seats. They show you beaches, business meetings, family reunions. They sell the destination, not the flight. Yet every day, I see people saying, I write emails instead of, I generate revenue through email. They say, I edit videos instead of, I help you go viral. They're selling the airplane ride when they should be selling the beach. Here's a psychological truth. The brain cannot process features until it desires the outcome. It's literally how our neural pathways work. Desire first, details second. The old marketing wisdom, sell the sizzle, not the steak, isn't just clever wordplay, it's neuroscience. But knowing this is useless if you don't know where to apply it. Most people stop here and wonder why they're still broke. The 3% who push forward, they're the ones driving Lamborghinis. Let me show you what they do differently. Now you understand the outcome revolution. But here's where it gets interesting. How do you actually find these pain points that make people desperate to buy? What I'm about to share is a method so simple, yet 97% of entrepreneurs never think to do it. I call it the money trail method, and it's stupidly simple. You follow expenses like a detective follows clues. Here's the exercise. Open your bank app right now. Look at every transaction from the last month. For each one, ask yourself, Would I have paid 10x for this? If yes, that's a pain purchase. That's where money lives. But here's the advanced move. Businesses are where the real money island. Why? Because individuals see spending as an expense. Businesses see it as an investment. They'll pay $10,000 to make $100,000. Individuals won't pay $100 to save $1,000. Businesses spend money in 3 areas: getting attention marketing, converting attention to sales, and delivering on promises. Find which one is bleeding, and you found your gold mine. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." He understood, obstacles aren't barriers, they're opportunities. Every business problem is someone's paycheck. But here's the thing. Knowing where to look is useless if you don't know how to extract the money once you find it. And that's where 90% of people fail. They find the pain but can't close the deal. The next 2 minutes will change that forever. But finding the pain is only half the battle. The real money comes when you know how to present your solution in a way that makes their brain scream, "Yes," before logic can interfere. This next framework has generated millions for my students. In fact, just last week, Sarah used this exact formula and closed a $5,000 client in 15 minutes. Jake applied it to his agency and went from charging $500 to $3,000 overnight. Here's the 3P formula that makes it happen. Pain, Pennsylvania, TH, proof. First, you amplify the pain. Don't just mention their problem, make them feel what happens if they don't solve it. Imagine your competition stealing your customers while you're stuck with outdated marketing, your best employees leaving, your revenue shrinking month after month. Second, you show the path. This is the only time you briefly mention your process, just enough to make it believable. I'll run targeted campaigns that bring qualified buyers to your door. Third, you provide proof. This is non-negotiable. Remember Michael, who was struggling with his restaurant? He applied the money trail method, found that his marketing was bleeding cash, fixed it, and added $30,000 in revenue in 60 days. That's the power of proof. Either showcase studies like Michael's, or if you're starting out, offer a bold guarantee. I'll bring you 20 new customers, or you pay nothing. Then comes the pricing psychology. Here's the rule. Charge 1/10 of the value you create. If you make them $30,000, charge $3,000. It becomes a no-brainer. That's exactly what Michael did. Created $30 Kelvin in value, charged $3 Kelvin, client said yes instantly. Right now, you're at a crossroads. You can keep trying to convince people logically why they need your service, watching them say, "I'll think about it," while your bank account stays empty. Or you can use what you've just learned. Focus on pain. Sell outcomes. Use the 3P formula. The choice is yours, but remember this. Every day you don't use these psychological triggers, someone else's island, and they're getting paid what should be yours. As Seneca said, every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new to the old and finds riches there. These aren't new tactics. They're timeless psychological truths that create wealth. What's the biggest pain point you see in your market right now? Type pain in the comments if this video just unlocked something in your mind. I read every comment and often create videos answering your specific questions. Share this video with that friend who's still trying to sell resources and logic while broke. They need to hear it. If this opened your eyes to how money really works, subscribe and turn on the bell. But not just any bell, turn on all notifications. Because what I'll share next week will literally rewire your wealth psychology in 7 days. Remember, your millionaire brain is already there. We just need to activate it. Until next time, keep deciphering your wealth psychology.